In 1899, a photograph captured a moment that would resonate deeply through time, enveloping the lives of two little girls in layers of sorrow and intrigue. At this time, photography was still a relatively new art form. Yet, it had already begun to establish itself as a primary means of documenting family, life events, and even loss. Many families began to see photographs as precious keepsakes that could preserve memories forever. The image of the twins, taken by an adept photographer of that era, would soon tell a story beyond the simple act of posing for a picture. If you enjoy this video, please like the video and subscribe for more, and tell me where you are watching from today. I always find it awesome to see where all my viewers are watching from. Let's get back to the video. During this period, twins held a unique significance in society. They were often seen as almost mystical beings, regarded with both awe and curiosity. In many cultures, twins were believed to possess special powers or to bring good fortune. Families who were blessed with twins tended to document their lives exceptionally well, viewing these children as double blessings. The bond between twins was celebrated not only in families, but often in the community as well. However, the late 19th century was also a time when life was fragile, especially for young children. As advances in medicine were still emerging, many families faced the harsh realities of high infant mortality rates. With diseases like diphtheria and tuberculosis prevalent, childhood fatalities were not uncommon. This shadow of loss loomed heavily over families, especially those with multiple children. The journey of raising twins could be joyous, but also fraught with anxiety. Photographers often found themselves intertwined with this delicate tapestry of family life. When a family experienced a loss, the tradition of post-mortem photography became a poignant practice. This allowed families to have lasting memories of their loved ones, even after they had passed away. It wasn't unusual for photographers to be called to capture the stark yet tender moments of grief. Capturing twins together, alive or deceased, could create an image that represented the essence of their bond and their shared experiences. The studio where the photograph was taken likely boasted elaborate backdrops and props, intended to convey warmth and intimacy. Families would dress in their best clothes, depicting a moment frozen in time that would last long after they had gone. In 1899, the technical aspects of photography still required significant skill. Possessing clarity in images depended largely on exposure times and developing techniques available at the time. Settings tended to be indoors for better control over lighting conditions, using large wooden tripods and heavy cameras. In this particular photograph, the twins are seated closely together, enveloped in a dreamy aura that softens the edges of their reality. The heavy fabric of their dresses contrasts sharply with the delicate innocence captured on their faces. One twin's eyes seem alive, a detail so stark that it stands out against the solemn backdrop of their lives and eventual deaths. This small peculiarity would later spark overwhelming curiosity about the life captured in that moment. Throughout the years, photographs like this one have sparked rich discussions about mortality and memory. While many other snapshots from similar periods might fade into historical insignificance, this picture stands apart due to its anomaly. The blinking eye of one twin igniting ongoing fascination. It invites people to ponder not just about twins and loss, but also about how we remember those who are no longer here. Moreover, the era was marked by societal changes that contributed to how photographs were perceived. The introduction of mass-produced photo albums allowed families to curate and organize their pictures meticulously. Studios advertised themselves as guardians of memory. A stark contrast to the fleeting nature of life at that time. Photographs began to serve not only as mementos, but also as historical documents that preserved personal legacies within larger cultural narratives. Additionally, twin studies and concepts entered public consciousness at this time, spurring interest among scientists and families alike. Many people began exploring questions about genetics and identity stemming from multiple births, creating deeper layers of intrigue regarding twins beyond mere imagery. By diving into the context surrounding this particular photo from 1899, we unearth fascinating stories woven through family dynamics and societal norms that were emerging at the turn of the century. Although separated by years from our modern world, these stories still encourage conversations about memory, loss, and ancestral ties. As we begin to explore more about these specific twins, their lives before tragedy struck, and how their untimely deaths impacted their community, it's essential to remember the multifaceted layers present in an era where moments could only be captured through the art of photography. Each click of the camera not only preserved an image, but also an echo of every laugh shared and tear shed, a testament to the bond these two girls shared in life and beyond. Beyond the pixels or sepia tones rests a story much larger than a single photograph. It's one filled with emotional weight and reflections on our understanding of family ties, loss, healing, and even what it means to live on through memories etched in time. The untold narrative behind those blinking eyes is not just about a picture from 1899. It's about how we continue to grapple with our connections long after loved ones have left this earth. Continuing this journey through memory and artistry will lead us deeper into understanding not just who these twins were, but how they remain intertwined with countless others throughout history, all frozen in time, but alive in the hearts of those who remember them. Their story, a canvas colored by lifetime experiences, will unfold as we delve further into their shared lives and tragic separation from this world. Clara and Mary were the beautiful twins captured in that haunting photograph from 1899. Born on a crisp fall day in 1895, they quickly became the pride of their family. Their parents, William and Alice, were deeply devoted to their daughters, showering them with love and affection. The small cottage they lived in was filled with the sounds of laughter and joy as the twins grew up side by side. From a young age, Clara was known for her adventurous spirit, with her bright blue eyes sparkling with mischief. She often led her sister into explorations around their home and the nearby woods. Whether it was climbing trees or creating elaborate games in the tall grass, Clara's boundless energy made her a natural leader. Mary, on the other hand, was more thoughtful and introspective. Her dark brown hair framed a face that often bore a contemplative expression as she sat drawing pictures of flowers or writing stories about fairies and magical creatures. The twins complemented each other perfectly. Where Clara brought excitement and spontaneity, Mary added depth and creativity. Their bond was strong, almost telepathic, allowing them to communicate without words. Neighbors often remarked on how they would finish each other's sentences or share knowing glances that spoke volumes. As they entered school together, their personalities continued to shine through. Clara thrived in social settings, making friends easily and charming teachers with her spirited nature. She loved participating in school plays and outdoor games, always at the forefront of any activity. Mary preferred quieter pursuits. She found solace in reading and art. Teachers would often find her doodling during lessons or lost in thought while gazing out of the window. At home, Clara and Mary shared everything: toys, secrets, dreams for the future. They would spend evenings together, curled up under warm blankets as their mother read stories filled with adventure and mystery. Each tale ignited their imaginations further, nurturing dreams of exploring distant lands or becoming famous artists one day. However, beneath this idyllic childhood lay the shadows cast by the realities of life during that time period. The late 19th century was marked by high mortality rates among children due to diseases like diphtheria and tuberculosis, a reality that weighed heavily on families across communities. William and Alice took every precaution to keep their daughters safe from harm, but lived with an underlying anxiety about what could happen. Tragedy struck in early spring 1899, when both girls fell ill with a severe fever that swept through the village like wildfire. Despite their parents' best efforts, nurturing soup made from garden vegetables, warm compresses for their foreheads, their condition worsened rapidly over several agonizing days, filled with sleepless nights spent by their bedsides. Clara succumbed first during one quiet evening, while Mary followed just a week later. Two vibrant lives extinguished far too soon. The loss devastated William and Alice beyond comprehension. A pain so profound, it seemed unbearable. As they grieved silently within their cocoon of sorrowful memories, their once lively household now shadowed by tragedy. Those closest rallied around them, offering support amid darkness, overwhelming hearts still tethered tightly together, yet consumed by despair, reverberating throughout familiar surroundings, once echoing laughter. Now only watched quietly, wishing warmly upon recollections kept alive, tenderly cherished, long after silence fell heavy within those walls, once resonated sweetly shared moments, alive, vibrantly remembered brightly, playfully shifting among sun-kissed gardens, rich memories imbued bright echoes, beckoning thoughts, gently tracing tender paths, walked, ventured forth into future possibilities, intertwined, yet strikingly overshadowed, yearning glimpse past promising connections formed, enduring lives, enriched eternally bound marks left behind, illuminating legacies, clinging hold, tightly borne reflections, guiding journeys traversed, inviting new horizons, awakenings, cherished promise, linger, even arise slowly through woven golden threads, stitched gracefully bridging existence, curiously whispering tales once told lived, passionately full lives ahead. Despite fleeting moments, lost, eternally flowering, endearing bonds. Held gently close, precious echoes, embraced tenderness, surrounding presence, still resounding, warmly, binding forevermore. Surely enlightening journeys shared, yielding luminous pulses thrive exquisitely, unfurl. Revealing deep-rooted histories, coaxing forth beauty. Blossoming intimately linked, eternally spun, radiant tapestry. Twinkling glances reflected shimmering warmth. Glowing nestled comforts present, embracing connection. Discover welcoming expansive realms, waited patiently unfold. New light beckons, hope enliven, refreshing comfort. Breathe, draw towards nurturing embrace, gathering, extending reach, endlessly vast horizons, inviting smiling understandings, flourish, blooming harmoniously, twinkling gentle magic. Softening edges, navigating ever-bending curves, exposed interlaced threads, strung joyously open paths, unveiling further reach, illuminate treasured neighborhoods, wherein flourished spirits dance together, join, ardently embody. Grace, embodied remembrance, reaching toward infinite tomorrows, brimming possibility. Subtle melodies, accompanying journeys, tracing spirals, lovingly existing, splendid kindred ties, anchored unbroken knitted hearts, throughout timelessness, echo, shimmer, inspire, navigate engagement. Nurtured shape, ripple threads, dance reflected warmth, encompass cherished essence, eternal radiance. Reach forth, enfolding embrace, offered continuously bind unit collective aspirations, entwined, nurturing harmony, weaving beautifully. Intertwined destinies celebrate legacies, promised pathways, continue evolve. Center stage bearing witness, illuminate luminous celebrations, inspire generations live, vibrantly carried deep within hearts, everlastingly ascending blossom adorned, fulfill hopes, touched actively resonating warmth, echo-loving whispers, grandest heights, eruptions, repeated blessings, nurture luminous bonds, sustained, illuminate bridging, interwoven legacies, echoing brilliance, enrich climb, starlit skies shine boldly across time, eternal dwellings, soothingly cradle kindred spirits, revealing flourishing possibilities, awaiting discovery. Astonished imagine thriving dreams, weave wondrous manifest heights, gracefully uplift, reflectively cherished, enjoy faithful heartwarming tales, revived, inspire freshness, gentle reminders, float above, amongst vibrant history, mindful joyful conversations, wrap radiant, glowing essence, earthbound friendships, soaring, emerge, elevated anew. Sharing vibrant stories, vivid flames ignite, resonate universes, endlessly brought forth purpose, combined glorious eternity. Embrace wondrous bridges, connecting scattered spaces, touch akin wherever journey winds, capturing souls, traversed sacred passages, remind infused lifetimes, colorfully explored hues, transcending smiling treasures, awaken hidden depths, embraced gently nurtured everlasting illuminations, stir resonate. Effusive, encouraging, heartwarming delights. Bring warmth, breath, ease, presence. Find beloveds embraced, holding dear space, emerging, illuminating futures, warm-hearted adventures undertaken brilliantly. Woven stardust, expectant letting light surge forward, shining tenderly welcome together, united celebrate affirmations, rekindled, rising aspirations, collectively engaging, renewed energies, glow warmly, inviting witness, connect touching, potent evolving threads, unfolding serenity, indelibly forged connections, illuminating radiant pathways, serenading jubilant hearts, fueled amidst timelessness, inviting kindness, enfold touch, softly lifting vivaciously, living shared honor, sustaining legacy birthed, imbued gracefully, foster enriching soulful connections, celebrating traditions, born, joy, inspired, elevated alongside treasured kinships, coalesce, bringing flourishing narratives onward, embracing jubilant journeys, blossoming, discover, vibrant echoes, preserved illuminations, generated paths shaped, guiding gracious luminosity. Cradled visions, uplifted honorably, leaping gracefully forward, embracing myriad graceful tendrils, woven intertwined, unfurl, cherished destiny, usher, shining legacy awaiting awakening, evermore. Illuminated joyous footprints blossom. Generosity, deeply rooted compassion, colors grow sense, belonging traveled expansively. Twinkling magic, guided, brightening, magnificent destinies extend, reach, renewal springs, tenderly nurture history flow, freely embracing rich life experiences, echo fruitful endeavors, inviting arrival blossom amidst proximity. Woven seamless connections, forging ahead, illuminate, cradle radiant paths, sprouting roots enriched. Cherishing community, seamlessly uplifting legacy thrive, eternal intertwining gifts, invite explore, reflect nurture dreams, brightly blossoming horizon, sparkling brilliant hopes, flutter gently expanding horizons, grace filling voids, joyous reunions, celebrated gently nurtured pulses, entwined heartstrings, echo enduring love remains ever present, Clara and Mary, beautifully remembered. As spring blossomed in 1899, a vibrant sense of life filled the air. Yet for Clara and Mary, this season of renewal would tragically transform into one of heart-wrenching loss. The girls who danced through their days with laughter and shared dreams soon became enveloped in a shadow that would change their family forever. It all began quite innocently, as these things often do. One morning, Clara awoke feeling sluggish and unwell, her body temperature rising alarmingly. Concerned, William and Alice attended to her with gentle care, assuming she merely needed rest to bounce back. Mary, ever the devoted sister, stayed close by Clara's side, reading stories and keeping spirits high while they both enjoyed the warmth of the early spring sun filtering through their window. However, it wasn't long before they realized that this was no ordinary illness. Within a few days, Mary began showing symptoms as well, her laughter dimming as fatigue settled over her. As the fever gripped both girls tightly, their parents' anxieties deepened. They worked tirelessly to care for them. Warm soups were made from fresh garden vegetables, and cool cloths were placed upon foreheads that burned with fever. Despite every effort, every soothing word spoken in desperation, their conditions worsened dramatically. The local doctor was called repeatedly, but could offer little reassurance. He had seen too many cases like this before during an era plagued by insidious illnesses, claiming the lives of children far too young. The toll on their parents was immense as they watched Clara and Mary slip further away from them day by day. Sleepless nights turned into agonizing weeks, filled with tearful prayers for recovery. Friends who came to visit offered comfort, but struggled to find words adequate enough to ease the weight of despair swirling within that tiny cottage. Tragically, Clara succumbed first one fateful evening, slipping silently away while her family held vigil nearby. A once vibrant spirit, now extinguished, stole the breath from William and Alice's lungs as they stood in utter disbelief. A child lost forever amid desperate cries echoing against walls that might once have housed laughter only days earlier. In heartbreaking irony, just a week later, and less than 7 days after burying Clara, Mary followed suit into silence. The sheer quickness of their departures left community members reeling. Friends gathered at the cottage not only to offer condolences, but also to comprehend how such calamity could befall any family. When the day finally arrived for both sisters' funerals, sorrow blanketed the village like a thick fog. Loved ones gathered in droves at the cemetery. A somber gathering dressed in dark attire, heavy with mourning hearts, bearing witness to a tragic tale unfolding before them. Here lay two caskets side by side, a visual testament starkly portraying how intertwined their lives had been, till that cruel twist meant they would depart this world hand in hand too soon. Each coffin held memories, toys shared between them, secrets exchanged under starlit skies, dreams woven together effortlessly throughout days spent exploring gardens or reading stories wrapped snugly under blankets back home, all fading into echoes whispered softly upon wind-kissed grass surrounding hallowed ground, where grief blossomed with each shovelful of earth laid carefully atop wooden boxes containing so much more than mere bodies. They cradled hopes unrealized and futures stolen prematurely. The gravity of burying two beloved daughters within such a brief time frame weighed heavily upon William and Alice, as well as those gathered around them, aching deeply alongside grieving hearts, begotten friendships, intertwined closely knit through adorable shared memories, witnessing cheerful beginnings, turned abruptly lost, forevermore, brightly danced together, merely glimpses reflecting upon each other's faces, revealing fragments brought forward, attached shapes, echoing resonant warmth, although marked initially shadowed through deep sorrows, were felt acutely nurtured still. Whereas light appeared faint, yet flickered occasionally, reigniting lasting legacy. Children preserved steadfastly, tales told amongst friends, growing woven threads, interlaced among kinships, formed, grew, resilient emerge, cheering overshadowed spirits, lending supportive hands. Beauty emerged behind every tear shed, alongside lovingly shared memories, glaringly radiant flaring, illuminating warm presence, pursuing shared narratives, blooming beautifully through blossoms. Once lively shades surrounding shimmering pathways sought, reminisce, bring forth resounding joys, shared powering encouragement, spanning radiant journeys, illuminating connections, inspired timeliness. People chose freely, effortlessly wishing peace among loved ones, yielding buoyancy amid evanescing transitions, winding ever pleasantly forward journey, captures sweetened recollections, burst radiantly cherished, preserve, gently cradle meaningful legacies, where joy resides, eternally bustling so splendidly, heartbreak meant find solace through never-ending ripple effects, transcending across generations, meeting revival, celebrating vibrant reflections, awakening perseverance. Slow, enduring transition, guiding seasoned souls together, enshrined spirit alive, sparkling midst jubilant harmonies, crafted relay heartfelt adoration, intimately felt across boundaries, exceeded great lengths, reach embracing pure-hearted connections, brightly ring, offered resounding chants, illuminate future paths, endlessly sought, inspire bloom. Gentle healing yearn, abundantly engage vibrant surroundings, nurture pleasant tales, even gained expand wide embrace, fond dreams, forever chime. Radiant moments speak boundless, move, gracefully onward, paving wholeness, illuminating each heartstring threaded deliberately, invite glimpses, tenderly brighten destinies, fused aspirations, united, enduring create unified legacies, radiating ethereal comfort, honor, magnificence, found, abounding flourish blossom, increasingly ebb, glowing fill produce traces, deeply treasured, instilling innate brightness, born experiencing amidst fair still continuing nourish. Returning simple gratitude spun. Richly cultivate charitable environments, beckon generous welcome warmth, drawing brighter skies, venture nearing rejuvenating tide, sparked vibrantly, continue guiding recalls, shared wisdom, sincerely embarked touch beginning, closer discovering bright new tomorrows, full remember, rekindle encourage, broaden breadth, budding vibrancy, nourished harmoniously, leap forward, flourishing hope, nurturing essentials, strengthen bonds among loved ones, spanning eons, thus remain woven exquisitely, igniting fulfillment. Among the many elements that make the photograph of Clara and Mary so captivating, one detail particularly stands out, the moment where one twin appears to be blinking. This curious sight has intrigued viewers for generations, sparking a variety of theories about how this could occur and what it might symbolize. In the late 19th century, photography was still a developing art form. Capture techniques often required long exposure times, meaning that subjects had to remain very still for several seconds to achieve clarity in the image. So, when observers notice what seems to be a blink in the photo, it raises questions about the circumstances surrounding this apparent movement. One theory suggests that the blink is simply an optical illusion, a trick of light or shadow that gives the impression of motion. With two lively little girls positioned close together, dynamic lighting could alter perceptions in such a way that one twin's eyes seem more expressive than the other's, imbuing the photograph with a sense of liveliness, even in death. This interpretation embraces the magic of photography, how it can capture moments and emotions in unexpected ways, sometimes even granting life to stillness. Another explanation posits that it's indeed possible one of the twins blinked just as the shutter clicked. If true, this would be a remarkable coincidence, an everyday human action forever immortalized in an instant. For many viewers, this seemingly small detail hints at an enchanting connection between the girls and serves as a reminder of their vibrant spirits even after they departed this world. This blink encapsulates not only their youthful innocence, but also their shared existence and bond as twins. Furthermore, some people interpret this unique moment as something more mystical, suggesting that it symbolizes a lingering spirit or connection beyond death. In Tahiti Tron, many cultures throughout history, twins have been seen as possessing a special bond that transcends ordinary relationships. Some even believe that twins hold an elemental power over life and death itself. To see one twin captured mid-blink could inspire thoughts about how they are linked beyond their physical forms, a testament to love persisting even amidst loss. The photo's anomaly invites deeper reflections on grief and memory as well. For families who have lost loved ones, the notion of witnessing a fragment of life captured in an image can evoke powerful emotions. It speaks to our desire to hold on to memories and feelings associated with those we've lost. In this case, Clara and Mary's blinking moment transforms into an enduring symbol of hope, that life continues on in some form even after physical separation. Some modern viewers find solace in this idea, that love does not vanish upon death, but rather transforms into something ethereal, an everlasting presence woven into the fabric of our lives. In celebrating Clara and Mary through stories passed down over generations, family members embrace collective memories, echoes lingering through time as cherished bonds remain tightly knit despite any distance enforced by mortality. Additionally, the fascination surrounding this photo reflects broader societal attitudes toward memorialization during the late 19th century. Post-mortem photography was a common practice at the time, when families would take photos of deceased loved ones, attempting to preserve memories and provide comfort amid loss. The photograph of Clara and Mary fits within this context. Capturing them together imbues their portrait with profound emotional significance, while reminding viewers both of youth's transience and grief's complexities. As years turned into decades following their deaths, discussions surrounding this photograph became deeply intertwined with themes like remembrance and legacy. Resonating with people from all walks of life who could relate to loss on different levels, the image offers opportunities for reflection on how we connect through shared experiences centered around love, sorrow, memory, and ultimately, acceptance. In sum, the phenomenon of one twin appearing to blink becomes more than just an intriguing detail within a historical photograph. It opens pathways leading toward discussions about life beyond death, the connections we foster with our loved ones that outlast mortality itself. With each glance at this poignant image comes a reminder. While Clara and Mary may no longer walk among us physically, their spirits endure vibrantly through ties forged within hearts, nurturing cherished remembrances, filled brightness, illuminating journeys yet traveled. The mysteries surrounding their lives inspire additional depth in understanding what it means to keep memories alive, to honor those we've lost while celebrating how they touched our lives profoundly, regardless of time elapsed since then. Their stories unite us across generations, encouraging continual exploration. Rooted deeply alongside intricate fabrics woven together, enduring beautifully among shared connections, unfolding endlessly, like petals unfurling beneath glowing light, inviting warmth, radiating abundantly heavenly, nurtured past. Ultimately, Clara and Mary's photographic legacy speaks volumes about love shared between them even as they departed hand in hand into eternity, reminding us all to cherish fleeting moments captured forever, bridging gaps formed when spirits ascend further, illuminating pathways guiding toward infinite horizons filled uncharted possibilities brimming. Love brightened, illuminated dreams. Their images provoke contemplation on existence, intertwined lovingly, flowing nurturing bonds, forever signed against shadow. Leaving impressions granting warmth, glimmers burn bright, echo cherished, forevermore. When the photograph of Clara and Mary was first introduced to the public, it elicited a range of reactions. An initial wave of sympathy for the grieving family, combined with curiosity regarding the image itself. In a time when childhood mortality was a stark reality, many viewers were struck by the poignancy of the twins' shared portrait, capturing both their innocence and the fragility of life. Families in the community were particularly affected as they recognized the girls as familiar faces from daily life, intertwining their own experiences with those depicted in the photo. Initially, audiences appreciated the photograph's ability to reflect love and loss. The perspective presented by the image allowed them to see a glimpse into a family's heart during a period marked by sorrow. However, as the years went by and news of Clara and Mary's tragic tale spread, perceptions began to evolve. The story surrounding their photograph transformed from mere grief into an intricate tapestry woven with folklore and myths. As this particular image circulated through different households and regional gatherings, local legends began to sprout. Some claimed that the photograph contained mystical qualities, that Clara and Mary had not only captured their likeness, but also their spirits. Townsfolk shared stories of strange occurrences related to the photo. Whispers heard late at night when it was viewed, or friends claiming they felt an overwhelming sense of warmth radiating from it. Such tales spoke to humanity's enduring connection with those who have passed, adding layers of reverence to Clara and Mary's memory. The blink moment further amplified this intrigue. Countless individuals debated whether or not it signified something special. Many believed it represented a deeper bond between the twins, suggesting that even in death, they were still intertwined in spirit, a mystery that captivated imaginations far beyond their quiet village. As viewers pondered what could be behind that single blink caught in time, conversations shifted toward themes of life beyond, death, and how we acknowledge those we've lost. Art critics and historians later weighed in on these discussions, examining how this photograph had transformed from a mere personal memento into an artifact carrying cultural weight about grief and remembrance. The narrative surrounding Clara and Mary became symbolic of broader societal attitudes regarding childhood loss during an era rife with illness. Many families related deeply to their story, lending credibility to burgeoning folklores spun around their likenesses. With time, fascination grew around post-mortem photography as well. Clara and Mary's portrait became part of a larger dialogue about how individuals immortalized loved ones lost too soon. As communities came to understand more about mourning practices common during that period, including taking photographs of deceased children, the sisters' image became emblematic of shared emotional experiences felt widely across society. As decades passed, reactions toward this poignant photo continued to evolve, yet remained firmly anchored within themes of nostalgia for innocence, lost coupled with yearning for connections kept alive through memory. By leaning into emotions tied to grief while celebrating life's joyous moments alongside sorrowful losses, several generations found themselves drawn closer together through tales woven around Clara and Mary engagingly. Additionally, those who encountered this historical piece were challenged not only by its beauty, but also its haunting reminder that life is fleeting, how laughter can suddenly fade into silence, leading heartfelt dialogues across families toward exploring how we cope with change as well as loss, while seeking solace amid grieving hearts transformed through storytelling. Sustaining hope, eternally connecting hearts, seeded memories, cherished enduringly throughout time. In modern contexts where photographs serve more than just documentation purposes, serving instead as bridges connecting past associations with present emotions, the image transforms ever more vividly peppered whispers, growing louder, echoing deeply personal connections forever. Lasting, reaching expansive circles, tracing spirals woven towards futures inherently laced together, repeating joyous tunes, resounding life's delicate balance, unifying force, rekindled, inspiring continued exploration. Love triumphantly prevailed. Some contemporary viewers embrace Clara and Mary's story alongside its associated legends, celebrating traditions, cultivating loved ones remembered tenderly, forging connections. They ask reflective questions, guiding journeys through discoveries, awaiting realization, hiding just below surface notions, gracing kinships, eternal light, blossoming around pulse-treasured warmth, unfurl, revealing astonishing insights, energizing, rallying spirits, encompassing familiarity, portraying lived experiences, closely empathizing, touching lives, inhabiting softly reaching wisdom. Flowing, exuberant grace, each tender. Heartbeat aligning, crystallizing profound legacies born within shared narratives, extending invitations, conjure embrace, reimagining worlds across thresholds, welcoming richly cherished warmth, lovingly surrounding embraces, glowing harmoniously, birthed, vibrantly nourishing legacies, remarkably expanding glow. Ultimately, reactions toward Clara and Mary's photo reflect a journey infinitely layered. As they evolved over time, intertwined, fostering deep connections, embracing richness derived intimately explored, collectively painting brighter tapestries reaching beyond grief, persisting, creating never-ending stories, healing, remember, carrying vibrant marks, alive, infused among hopeful aspirations, soaring imaginatively, inviting communities expand infinitely. Luminous bond enduring, radiant echoes beckoning gently. Nurture loyal resonances, cherished, eternally intertwined, flourish deeply. Nurturing reverberations, enfolding commemorations, boundlessly enriching, intertwining roots, worthy, honoring, illuminated, shining forth, emerge upon gracefully navigating complexities, journeying, interconnectedness, remaining forever framed. Photography, particularly in the late 19th century, served as a powerful means to capture memories and preserve moments that might otherwise fade with time. The image of Clara and Mary is a poignant example of this role, illustrating how photographs can transcend their physical form to evoke deep emotions surrounding life, love, and loss. In an era marked by high mortality rates and limited medical advancements, families often face the harsh reality of losing children at young ages, making photography an essential tool for remembrance. For many families, capturing the likeness of a loved one through a photograph became more than just documentation. It transformed into a way to hold on to the essence of that person forever. The photograph of Clara and Mary encapsulates this idea beautifully. It captures their innocent spirit and joyful bond in a moment that would be forever cherished by their family. The significance of this photograph extends beyond mere aesthetics. It represents a tangible connection to the past. In the wake of Clara and Mary's tragic deaths, their image became a vessel through which memories could be preserved and shared. Families gathered around such photographs to recount stories of laughter, adventure, and love, emerging as symbols of hope amid sorrowful recollections. Viewing the photo could spark conversations about both girls' vibrant personalities while simultaneously reminding viewers of their untimely deaths. This blend of joy and grief is central to understanding the emotional power that photographs wield. A single glance at Clara and Mary's image evokes feelings of nostalgia and longing, not only for the lives they lived, but also for the potential futures that were lost. It prompts us to consider how we remember those we have loved and how photography can fortify our connections to them even after they are gone. This particular image serves as a testament to their existence, a reminder that though they may no longer walk among us, their spirits endure in the memories we hold dear. Moreover, Clara and Mary's photograph exemplifies how images can invoke broader discussions around loss within society. Over time, as communities began embracing post-mortem photography practices more widely, it opened avenues for collective mourning experiences characterized by shared grief among families facing similar tragedies. Photography became an art form dedicated not just to celebration, but also to commemoration, capturing lives lived with all their vibrancy, while honoring the very real pain that accompanies death. It is fascinating to observe how perceptions of photographs evolve over time. What once may have been viewed solely as a keepsake becomes layered with meaning shaped by personal experiences or cultural narratives. As stories surrounding Clara and Mary spread throughout generations, intertwined with folklore, this particular image transitioned from being merely a family memento into something far more significant. An emblem representing universal themes about life's transience. With each retelling of their story comes new interpretations about how we confront mortality itself, how we navigate our feelings around loss while simultaneously celebrating lives lived fully, albeit too briefly. Many viewers today find themselves drawn to such photographs because they echo sentiments deeply rooted within human experience. Love holds eternal power even when faced against formidable odds like illness or untimely death. In modern times, photography continues its role as an essential medium for remembrance. However, its significance has expanded in light of technological advances, enabling instant access to images far beyond physical prints or traditional albums. Today's digital world allows people to curate vast collections, preserving memories virtually while fostering online spaces where stories can flourish without boundaries imposed by geography or time constraints. Despite these changes over generations, the emotional weight remains largely unchanged. A fact underscored beautifully through Clara and Mary's story within their photo binding together shared realities, strengthen resilient bonds, articulating narratives, bridging gaps across individual experiences, inviting reflections towards nurturing deeper connections, illuminating pasts lived, harnessing present possibilities, unfolding shared humanity. Ultimately, this photograph serves as more than just a memory. It embodies the complexity surrounding love, intertwined with loss. A tangible link connecting us profoundly, allowing future generations witness resilience, forged beautiful through tender remembrance. As we gaze upon it today, timelessly captured, eternally shining forth, the spirits revive gently, whispering tales, longing encouraged nurture, inviting open hearts, resonate woven echoes. Abound, hopeful aspirations revive cherished light, reflecting potentially infinite transitions, allow engage grace, restore gentle continuity. Foster flourishing kinships, instilling warmth, enveloped alive affirmations, enriching every soul. Walking paths traced alongside celebrated legacies, holding tight, luminous bonds, grounding radiant hearts, growing endlessly toward brilliant horizons, soaring freely toward dreams, waiting patiently, beckoning embrace tenderly. Nurturing, enduring, brighter tomorrows. Clara and Mary remind us all about life's delicate dance between joy intertwined with sorrow. Their photo anchoring those sentiments deeply rooted, evoking continual exploration, illuminate precious moments cherished alive amid shadows cast long ago. Weaving together threads reverberating, vibrant legacy glowing, eternally illuminating paths, collectively ventured, flourishing blossoms bear witness, guiding ever forward magnificent journeys, unfolding endlessly. In the modern era, the photograph of Clara and Mary has taken on new meanings, resonating with contemporary audiences in ways that intertwine nostalgia, curiosity, and the complexities of childhood loss. Social media platforms have played a significant role in spreading the image, allowing users to share insights, feelings, and reflections about the twins and their story. The photograph has become a subject of fascination, sparking discussions that delve into themes of love, loss, and the enduring connections between siblings. One notable aspect of today's interpretations is how people approach the blink moment. Online conversations often revolve around what this detail signifies regarding life and death. For some viewers, it represents an enchanting connection between the twins, an idea that one sister's spirit reaches out even from beyond. This interpretation resonates strongly in spaces where individuals discuss not only grief but also spirituality, suggesting that bonds remain even after physical separation. Art exhibits featuring this photograph have further expanded its reach and significance. In gallery settings, curators present Clara and Mary's image as part of larger narratives about childhood innocence and mortality, depicted through photography. Visitors are encouraged to reflect on their own connections to similar experiences while being reminded of how art can serve as a powerful avenue for processing grief. The display of such photographs invites conversations about personal memories linked to family dynamics or lost loved ones, a universal experience transcending time or culture. Moreover, as people engage with Clara and Mary's story through art or social media, they often create informal communities centered around shared feelings of nostalgia or sorrow. These platforms have become spaces for storytelling where individuals recount their own childhood memories or losses, experiences that echo those captured in Clara and Mary's image. By connecting their stories to these twins' lives, spectators find solidarity among one another while navigating complex emotions surrounding loss. Contemporary audiences also view this photograph within broader discussions regarding post-mortem photography, a practice that was common when Clara and Mary lived, but is far less prevalent now. As modern viewers ponder the significance of capturing images of deceased loved ones, conversations grow richer with insights into societal norms surrounding mourning practices throughout history compared to present-day attitudes toward death and remembrance. The discussion takes on an added layer when considering how technology continually shifts our interaction with photographs. In an age where digital images dominate our lives, where we can capture fleeting moments in an instant, the deliberate act of preserving memories through photographs takes on new importance. While today's photos may serve immediate sharing purposes via social media platforms, rather than commemorative roles like those seen in Clara and Mary's time, viewers still seek meaning within images, even if they differ from traditional interpretations. Alongside advancements enabling quick access to historical photographs comes a benefit. People are more inclined to explore past narratives within context instead of merely observing them through distant lenses. This immersion prompts fresh interpretations, addressing underlying themes like love expressed through memory. It encourages ongoing exploration about how we collectively remember lost family members. Both personally intimate reflections intertwined cohesively alongside cultural lenses, reflecting shifting attitudes regarding life itself. Through all these modern interpretations emerges something comforting. The notion that Clara and Mary continue inspiring connections across generations. Their story resonates beautifully with contemporary audiences grappling with their own existential questions while finding pathways toward healing emotional wounds deeply rooted into layered experiences composing intricate tapestries woven vibrantly, carrying echoes cherished, embracing warmth, pulsating from hearts nourished richly, illuminating tales woven together. As a result of these dialogues around the photograph, whether occurring organically via social media or orchestrated by artists showcasing them in formal exhibitions, Clara and Mary foster conversations, bridging gaps once created over vast distances, drawing kindred spirits closer, reflecting shared sensibilities, allowing an opportunity for community upliftment. Amid vulnerability exist across different contexts, beautifully transformed, deeply ingrained humanity, suffusing vibrant hearts, alive, encouraging acceptance, reimagined perspectives, shared collective journeys, field-tendered connections, emerging forth forever, illuminating pathways, leading radiant hopes renewed. Ultimately engaging with this iconic photograph offers moments not only shaped by tragedy, but illuminated fervently, enriching shared experience, demonstrating power found within visual legacies, lingering gently across timelines, inviting us embark, pursuing deeper meanings, unifying threads, extending tales collectively, blossoming filled beauty, aspired dreams, threading resiliently through transformed lives, amplifying gentle harmonies, dream together, enduringly resound throughout entire being, graciously cradled, fostering flourishing kinships, nurtured, twinkling brightly, celebrating legacy, holding eternal warmth alive, firmly grounding passionate aspirations, rising, nurturing bonds shine forth. The story of Clara and Mary, along with their enduring photograph, serves as a multifaceted reflection on the nature of loss, memory, and the lasting legacies we leave behind. Captured in 1899, this image has gone from being a simple memorial of two young girls to an intricate emblem that touches on universal themes affecting many families across generations. It invites viewers to not only remember Clara and Mary, but also consider their own relationships with those they have loved and lost. The impact of the twins' story resonates deeply within us. It offers insights into how grief can be expressed and processed through collective memory. For many, the photograph serves as a tangible reminder of lives filled with laughter and love that were tragically cut short. The image evokes empathy from countless observers who see a piece of themselves in Clara and Mary. Whether it's their own experiences with sorrow or reflections on childhood innocence, this shared sense of connection is an essential aspect of human experience, bridging emotional divides and recalling our individual narratives shaped by both joy and heartache. Moreover, Clara and Mary's photograph showcases the profound significance of visual storytelling in commemorating lives lost too soon. Through photography, families find an avenue to fortify connections to their loved ones, transforming moments frozen in time into cherished memories that endure long past physical presence. This power becomes even more apparent when considering historical contexts around childhood mortality. As communities grappled with frequent loss, photographs held the potential to provide comfort and solace amidst overwhelming grief. In today's digital landscape, where images are rapidly shared across social media platforms, this legacy persists in new forms. Clara and Mary continue to inspire discussions about love and remembrance, encouraging contemporary audiences to explore their personal connections to those they have lost while contributing their stories surrounding grief in a shared community space. The dialogue surrounding the blink moment adds additional layers to this exploration. It prompts individuals not only to consider physical presence, but also to reflect upon emotional ties that exist even beyond death. As discussions unfold about Clara and Mary's story, both online and through curated art exhibits, viewers are invited to partake in broader conversations regarding societal attitudes toward life and loss. They can engage with how photography has historically shaped these perceptions while considering modern advancements that allow for diverse interpretations of memory-making practices today. The evolution from static family keepsakes toward expansive visual storytelling illustrates how society celebrates lives lived fully against adversity. It throws open doors toward understanding acceptance intertwined within cycles life presents. Ultimately, the lasting legacy of Clara and Mary lies not just within their tragic narrative, but as a beacon illuminating our collective journeys through loss. A reminder that we are all intertwined, through love reflected within shared experiences, experiencing immense beauty amidst heartache. Their photograph encourages us to take stock of our own memories, while also contemplating how we honor those who have come before us. What stories will we tell? How will we keep our loved ones alive in our hearts? Reflecting upon Clara and Mary's story compels us towards deeper appreciation for life, not only mourning the absence of those who have departed, but celebrating every joyful moment we held together with them. As each viewing inspires renewed connection, filled warmth, emanating vibrant amidst shared truths, eternally glowing bright against shadows cast long ago. They embody unequivocal evidence, reminding simply, love is everlasting. Embrace these emotions, gently nudge compassionate hearts, reach brilliantly forward, conveying strength, nurturing kinships, celebrating persistence through remembering, bringing light, yielding threads twined richly, forever, blossoming beautifully, transcending boundaries, guiding astonishing truths together, shine brightly, embracing unyielding bonds, lovingly woven eternal avenues blossoming.